What's up, people? Welcome back to the BCMA podcast. That's a Black Clover Martial Arts podcast. It's your boy Lucky from Lucky's Muay Thai. Yo, slowly but surely we are grinding up out of this thing, man. This coronavirus pandemic has kept everybody for real on 10. So I'm glad to see things are slowly reopening. I hope everybody's just being careful and paying attention. On today's episode, we're going to have a guest. Can you believe it? Second episode, we already got a guest. What's good? My boy Ben Stark, who is the owner of American Top Team Palm Beach, is going to be joining us via Zoom so that we can chit chat about how he was able to keep his doors open, how he handled the whole virus and what he did. That was maybe a little different than a lot of other gyms. In fact, I know a bunch of gyms that have actually closed, and I am super grateful that we are still sort of balancing right there where we're, don't know what's going to happen, but we still feel good about maybe the next couple of weeks we can get things rocking again. That being said, a lot of people were asking me about the name, Black Clover, and it's just a play on my name, Lucky, which I've been going by since I was a kid. But a while ago, years ago, I was going to be a film, director, I thought. So the name of my production company would have been Black Clover Productions. And prior to that, there was something else. I was an actor. All right. So this is perfect timing. So, this is a little segment I like to call Lucky Known Facts.
Lucky Known Facts.
So before I thought I was going to be a director, I was an actor. I was an actor all through high school. I was an actor in college. I went to college for acting and for theater, really. And I was auditioning. I had done a bunch of commercials, and I got an opportunity that I thought I was going to get a chance to actually do some martial arts on television. I auditioned 3 times for 3 different episodes of Walker, Texas Ranger. I didn't get booked. The word was I might have been a little too tall. But that's it for Lucky Known Facts.
Lucky Known Facts.
And that segment's brought to you by us, Lucky's Muay Thai. The gym is 15423 Northeast 21st Avenue. If you're in the area, if you're in North Miami, swing by. If you're in town, you want to train, let us know what's up. I mean, when we're open, clearly. And also, why are the MMA gyms and specifically and martial arts gyms and Muay Thai gyms not open? It seems to me we have been dealing with blood, spit, and sweat and all sorts of other things for a very long time. We are constantly bleaching, wiping, spraying. I mean, I think we might be some of the cleanest places to actually be. I could be wrong, but we have to worry about staff and MRSA and like all these different things. So I'm not sure why the MMA or martial arts gyms in general are not open. I mean, it's a little frustrating, to be honest. Also, shout out to everybody that's out there taking the time to prep their gyms up and get ready for the open because, when it happens, everybody's going to need to get back hardcore and get ready. So, also, I have a question for you. What's up with jujitsu if you're a jujitsu practitioner? Is that like a completely a no-go for you, or are you still 100% in, just, same daily routine, make sure you're clean, fingernails cut and all that, and get on the mats? I mean, for me, I haven't even been rolling as much as most people that train regularly do. So I can imagine how they feel because I've been watching, I don't know, all kinds of black belt tests and this technique and that person. And I want to be on the mats today. So I'm not sure how everybody else is feeling. And I don't even practice jujitsu as much as I used to, even though I want to. So tell me, man, somebody send me some messages. Tell me how you're feeling. Are you going to practice? Are you going to be jumping directly on the mats? Are you super careful? Are you wearing a mask while you're rolling? I don't know, man. Let me know what you think and what you plan on doing. If you're going to wear a mask or if you're going to hold off or if you're going to jump right on the mats, mask off. And I'll be interested to hear it. Hit me up at Lucky's Muay Thai on Instagram or on Twitter, or you can leave it in the comments below. Let's move on. Here's my interview with my man Ben Stark from American Top Team Palm Beach Garden and creator of Hammer Jiu-Jitsu. I hope you enjoy it. Yo, welcome my man Ben Stark. This man is the owner of ATT Palm Beach Garden and creator of Hammer Jiu-Jitsu. Welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me, Lucky. What's going on, dude?
I'm chilling, man. How's everything going up there?
No complaints. We're opening up today. It's the 20th of May. We're doing our first sessions this afternoon at 4:15, and I'm excited and a little bit bummed out that the vacation is over.
The vacation is over. Are you nervous at all?
Yeah, man, because I've never taught classes like this. I'm assuming it'll be very similar to like the Zoom or the online classes that I was running before, because there's such limited interaction.
Right. So what about, is this just the striking class or the jiu-jitsu class as well?
I'm doing everything. I ordered a bunch of grappling dummies from overseas in anticipation that we would be able to reopen in early June. I didn't expect to be able to open May 18th, because they started with the partial phase one on the 11th. I was like, there's no way that they're going to open full phase one before June 1st, let alone like gyms weren't supposed to be included until phase 3,
Yeah. So down here in Miami though, we're still not open.
Yeah, I was surprised. Apparently the mayors of Broward and Dade were like, we're not following the governor's rules.
Right. But I hear
Broward's from my area. Say again?
I hear Broward's going ahead and opening anyway. So
really?
I don't know.
I got a couple of friends that own gyms in Broward, and they were like, "Hey, with the okay or not, it's going down come Monday."
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
I know some people of the same thought pattern, so I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. There's a lot of pushback about it. What did you do at the beginning of this to maintain like paying rent and all that stuff? Because we immediately just put everybody on hold, which probably was not the right idea. In retrospect, what did you do?
So I kind of let it cool off for about 2 weeks. The close was originally supposed to be March 23rd. On March 14th, 15th, I remember just reaching out to some of my staff and a couple of my competitors, just bullshitting with them. And one of my assistant coaches, I was like, "Hey man, what's going on? What are you doing?" And he goes, "Oh, dude, I'm on Fort Lauderdale Beach with this guy and this guy. I'm hanging out with this guy." And I was like, "Oh, we can't do that." Like, and I had to explain to him. I was like, "Hey man, you got the week off and you got to get a test." And he's like, "Why?" And I was like, "You teach 4 to 10 kids alone. Then you help me teach 16 to 20 kids. Then you do a 25-man jiu-jitsu class. Then you do a 16 to 20-man Muay Thai class, and you spar with a team of 8 to 10 competitors. And right now you're on the beach during a pandemic warning, mobbing out and talking to girls."
Right.
Which is fine for you, but not fine for everyone else.
For everybody else, yeah.
And then I really boiled it down. I was like, well, I can tell this guy not to come in because he's my staff. But the 4 guys from the gym that he's hanging out with, "Hey, I don't like what you did this weekend. Don't come in." I can't do that. That's not how that works.
Right.
And then I thought, I got an OR nurse. I think I got an ER nurse. I got a couple family practice nurses. And every single one of them has told me stories about, man, I walked through the lobby or I walked through triage. And there's just people just hacking out. Like they're not covering. They're not doing nothing. Yeah. They're just coughing on people and looking shit. And I'm like, oh man, like I have zero control. So I cut it off that day, the 15th of March. I was like, we're out.
Yeah, same.
Let's see how it goes, And I did nothing for the first 2 weeks. Take it back. About 10 days in, I started going, all right, I've put out 500 or 600 YouTube videos and Instagram videos and like combinations and techniques of the day. I'm like, I'm just going to kind of catalog and I'll send out email blasts to my students. Guys, here's what we're doing for the kids. Here's what we're doing for adults. Here's what we're doing for striking. And I was like, this is going to run out depending on how long this goes. So I'm going to go and I'm going to film classes, right? So I would make like a 15-minute video that would have, cut scenes. Hey, 3 rounds, 3 minutes, 1 minute break, come back in 10 minutes. kind of thing. Bing, bing, bing.
So
And
were
then I
you
was going,
selling
man,
these? Were you selling these set like as a separate thing, or did
no,
you? It was included
I
into.
made these just to send to my members.
Okay, and the
That was
members
it.
continued paying.
So at that time, I hadn't made any adjustments. I put everyone on what I call an active hold, right?
Okay,
So your billing is dated and charged regularly, but the time you paid for goes to the end of your contract, right? So March and April you paid for, but your contract ends in August. So September, October you
right.
paid for in March and April,
Yeah, that
right?
makes sense.
If everyone's contract ended at the same time, I would be in a lot of trouble come those 2 months. But not everyone signed up at the same time and not everyone's on the same package. So I'll have 5, 10, 15 people at any given time not paying for those 2 months. But overall, the cycle and the paying students, non-paying coming in, coming out should even me out for those months.
That's smart, man. That's smart. I mean, I think a lot of people. I mean, I know of a couple people that their gyms closed down, and I'm sure if they would have probably taken that approach, they might have been able to sustain a little longer. We just kind of got
I mean,
lucky.
not every area is going to pull it off. Like, I'm lucky that Palm Beach Gardens is a relatively affluent area. They have very low unemployment and they have very high employment, right? So that definitely helped. But at the same time, I was running Zoom classes, 3 classes a day, 3 times a week. So basically for free. I had members who hit me up like, hey, I'm not working. I need to no pay freeze. No hesitation, no issues, no question, done. And I go, you can still come online, still come to the classes. Like, it was anything I can do to maintain engagement with my students, with my clients. When UFC started having their events, I go, guys, we're going prelims through main card, ESPN Plus. We're gonna get on Zoom at 6, and we're just gonna mob out. However many people show up, I'm not going to air the fights, but it's on ESPN. So just turn on your TV, keep your laptop on your shoulder, and just talk some shit.
Yeah, I like it.
Trying to do that kind of stuff, kept people involved. Realistically,
Okay, so what's the response been now that you're opening? If people have been calling like crazy, have you been,
I had surprisingly over the quarantine, I still had a reasonable amount of leads. I mean, by no means a normal monthly level, but 5 a month. We're still looking for information.
Same.
Hey, like, I was happy to get them. Like, cool, we got something to look forward to when we reopen, So a lot of those people are trying to come in now. With reopening, you have to kind of play it safe, right? The state suggests 6 foot of distance. So what a lot of gyms are doing are taping off 6 foot squares. I'm lucky in that I have a larger area and I have about 2,500 square feet of training area. So when I read that the state limited attendance to 10, I was like, cool, 10, easy. But what it turns out is they actually limit you to 50% occupancy.
Occupancy, yeah.
So with the size of my gym, 50% occupancy is like 53 people. But I can't house 53 people on my mats. Right. So I looked at it this way. I was like, I have 9 heavy bags, right? So I can limit classes to 10, 12, right? I have a padded wall that people can work on. For sure. They can't hit full force, but they can do skip knees and work straight punches and teeps and shit like that. And then I have 9 bags. So 12 is like a nice rough number where if there are overflow people, they can go to the wall. And if need be, I can sandy wipe down a bag and people can swap, right?
Okay. Yeah, man.
Not ideal, but I'm trying. So I've got about 750 square feet of active space on 2 different mats. So 1,500 square feet, plus my bag area, plus a cage.
Oh, so you're back in business, man.
Trying to be. The thing is, I'm not allowing contact.
Right.
So
I've seen some people around that are.
So here's the thing. There's nothing that says you can't. There's only strong suggestions not to. Right?
Yeah.
I'm just erring on the side of caution
For sure,
and
man.
not having it. You know, about 6 weeks ago, DeSantis put out a letter when he made WWE an essential business. When
Right.
WWE became an essential business, a letter went out facilitating that essential business. That letter basically says if you or your fighter are involved in a televised or aired event, you can train as per normally, right?
Okay.
I know a gym owner in Northern Florida who has an acquaintance who runs a grappling tournament in North Carolina. So he took DeSantis's letter, one, and then had this tournament runner write him a letter that basically said, I'm inviting your entire gym to compete in my televised event.
Yeah.
Right?
Finesse
And
the
so,
system a little.
right. And the cops came to his gym and he goes, letter one, letter two. And they're like, all right, man.
Yeah.
And
What
this
can you
dude's
do?
been active now for like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. I've seen some stuff, man. I've seen some people just going right into it. So, I mean, listen, we're not open. We're not taking any chances. When they say we can do stuff,
Right.
we'll do it. Before this even started, I had already come in and like, yo, we're going to separate this. We're going to do that. I set up a booking on the website so people can book ahead. No more than 10. Like I was preparing, and then we got chopped, but we're ready for it whenever it comes back.
Yeah, man.
Yo, so tell everybody a little bit about yourself, man, because I don't want to spend all this time talking about COVID. Let's get a little bit about you real quick.
Okay, my name is Ben Stark. I was one of the first or second generation American Top Team guys. I joined in late 2001, early 2002 kind of area. From what I'm told, I was the 9th guy on the professional fight team. That's how old I am.
That's history, brother.
Yeah. So I came up through American Top Team. When I was a brown belt, I went for my first trip to Thailand. I spent 2 months at Tiger Muay Thai. That was after my stint on The Ultimate Fighter. At the time, Ray Elby was the head coach. He had been on a season or two before me, and some of my prior students had trained with him. So we had a little shorthand, and he was like, dude, you were on Tough? We'll hook it up. Come on over. And I was like, sweet. So I brought one of my coach's sons with me, Taylor Crawl, if you're not familiar. He fights for Glory now. Very talented young man.
Yeah.
I was his chaperone because I was 29 and he was 19. So I was his lookout, and that's just kind of how we facilitated it. While I was there, I was asked to teach a seminar. I did. I taught a couple private lessons, no problem. And before I even left, I started getting job offers to stay in Thailand. Once I came home, I talked with a couple owners, decided on where I'd go, and actually had to postpone it. I met Brian Ebersol and Benny Alloway when both guys fought in the UFC at the time. I think he's since retired now at this point. But Brian Ebersol called me to run a camp with him. Not coach him, not be under him, but just be involved.
Right.
And I was like, this is a great resume builder. I took the opportunity. I spent a couple months in the Midwest with him. And I'm super happy. I got to meet a lot of cool people. I got to work with Mark Fiore, former Olympic wrestling coach, former Militich wrestling coach. I got to hang out at the Olympic Training Center, like all this cool shit. And then I moved out to Thailand, and I stayed in Bangkok for 3 years running EMAC, the Executive Martial Arts Center.
Dude, I had no idea. That's crazy.
It's cool, man. And so EMAC is run by a guy named Nidhi Technatis. I don't know if I'm saying that perfectly, but I'm doing my best. Nidhi, as far as I understand, is the guy who brought Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to Thailand.
Wow.
Like he did a semester abroad, found Jiu-Jitsu. He was a national Taekwondo team member for Thailand. Did a semester abroad, found Jiu-Jitsu, went back and was like, guys, mom, dad, we got to bring this. Yeah, and he opened up the first jiu-jitsu gym in Thailand. And I believe he brought over Julio Seneca as his first coach. It's like, we're not talking about chumps here. We're talking about proven dudes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So when I got out there, the gym was 3 days a week, gi only. Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. That's it. And within 6 months, I built it into a 6-day-a-week program. I added in, they had Muay Thai, but they had like Muay Thai for desk ladies. They had like kickboxing,
Right. Yeah, of course.
So I pushed him to bring in real Thai coaches, push some fighters, do some work, and over the first year and a half, built Thailand's most winning jiu-jitsu team. I built Bangkok's first, centralized professional fight team. They started doing amateur tournaments. Rage in the Cage was one of them. Literally a cage on tatamis in the parking garage of Thammasat University, which is like the Harvard of Thailand.
Yo, this man has left footprints everywhere.
Bro, everywhere. I wish I still had it.
First time I saw you, I think it's before we ever met. I had some BS MMA company that I was trying to start called Bomb First, and
that was you?
That was me, man. It was, and Panther Fight League came to Miami. It was the only show they ever did that I remember, and they had no sponsors. My company was the only sponsor, so they gave me cage side seats, and they just screamed, Bomb First Muay Thai the whole time. Which I had a website and just some BS, man. But that was the first time I saw you was fighting there. I was taking pictures, and then later when we met, I was going through pictures, and I was like, "Oh shit, there he is." That's great, man.
Yeah, but not my best fight, but a good time.
I don't even remember how it went. I was just screaming because I couldn't believe I was there.
Man, I lost by spinning back kick to the liver in the second round.
I don't remember any of it. I was so overwhelmed.
I prefer less people to remember.
Fair enough. All right, my man. Yo, I'm really happy to talk to you. We haven't seen each other in a while. We got to get up in person.
For sure.
What do you want to tell the people going out? Tell them where to find you.
So you can find me at attpbg.com. Same thing on Instagram and Facebook. Just look for American Top Team Palm Beach Gardens if you're in the North Palm Beach area. Obviously, if you're down south, check out my man Lucky at Lucky's Muay Thai.
Tell me real quick, how many people do you have fighting right now under you, and what do you project happening over the next couple of months? Do you have things lined up, or?
Man, everything's up in the air. I got one guy who's like UFC caliber. He's been on the Dana White Contender Series. His name's Kevin Seiler. He's from Bolivia. Right now he's 10-0, undefeated. His last fight, no, take it back. 2 fights ago was on Dana White Contender Series. He fought once more since then. We're hoping that he gets a call, not too soon because no one's been training, but soon enough.
Right. Have you heard any shows talking about putting on anything?
The only shows that are really talking right now are obviously the UFC and then Combat Night. Combat Night did the quote-unquote last show in the world on March 21st to an empty stadium. They were the first ones to do it. In fact, in Jacksonville, basically UFC got the rub of how to get it done from Combat Night. No matter what anyone says, that's a fucking fact.
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt it, man. They found out somebody was going to allow it,
Yeah, Florida's wild, dude. People down here don't care. They're crazy.
It's wild, brother. Wild. Yeah. Well, look, man, I'm looking forward to coming up and seeing you. I mean, whenever you let me know that things are kind of cool up there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just trying to get open down here, and we got to get up.
For sure, brother. Hey, check me out on Mixer, Hammer Style with a 1 instead of an L. Find me on Instagram, Ben Stark HJJ, and follow my gym, ATTPBG. And if you play Xbox, hit me up, Hammer Style. We'll get some Warzone popping.
Yeah, I've been playing some World War Z on PS4, man. That shit it's stressful.
How is it?
Stressful. Zombies, man.
Dude, survival games are looking dope right now. Have you seen one? There's one called Green Hell. And it's about a pandemic. Dude's wife got cancer. He was a doctor, went to the Amazon, developed a cure for mushrooms, cured his wife, but started a plague that wiped out the world. So he now lives in a hut in the Amazon trying to find a cure for the plague he started to cure cancer. It's a pretty dope game.
All right, I'm going to check it out. My man. Yo, check him out. This is the dude, Ben Stark, in our Hammer. The Hammer.
Shout out Rev Gear. What up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big shout to Rev Gear for sure.
Big shouts.
Peace, brother. Oh, yo, congratulations on the baby.
Thank you.
Yes, this man is a father.
Woo!
Yo,
I waited a long time. 38.
Mine's going to be 6 years old in a month. And, brother, Anyway,
Bro,
on that note.
I'm going to be 50 when she's 12.
Oh, man. Don't even. All right, yo. On that note, fatherhood. Peace, man.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Later.
Later.
What's up, people? That was the interview with my man, Ben Stark from ATT Palm Beach Garden. If you're in the area, make sure you check him out. It looks like people are opening up. Just make sure you're being safe out there. You're sanitizing, etc. I love you guys. I hope you like the video and the podcast. Looking for sponsors, and make sure you swing by the gym, 15423 Northeast 21st Avenue. I will be updating you on Instagram at Lucky's Muay Thai, on Twitter at Lucky's Muay Thai, on YouTube, Lucky's Muay Thai, as to when we're opening and what's going on. I love you all. Peace. I'm out.